So guys, it's been a couple of years since I made my last IG review video, which, as for any of you guys that watch all my other videos, is my trading platform of choice. I use Pro Realtime to do most of my trades. So I thought to myself, it's about time I make an update of this video, seeing as the last one is over 3 years old. So here we are. So in this video, I'm going to review IG trading platforms. So that means if they're regulated, how many markets are available, and a demo of the trading platform. Plus any new features that have been introduced since the last time I made the review. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Hi guys, it's Eni, aka The Nut Trader, your friendly neighborhood swing trader, back again with another video. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that alert button to get alerts on all my latest videos. As you've heard already, this is an updated video to a previous video I made reviewing IG trading platform. If you want to check that video and many more other videos reviewing other trading platforms, check out my playlist in the top right hand corner. So in this video, I'm going to go through all of the different features and benefits of IG trading platform, and I've got an agenda to the right over here of all of the things I'm going to be covering. And watch this video to the end because I've got a little secret for you as to how to find out how other people are trading on IG. Maybe that can help you make decisions on what way to trade. So first things first, I'm going to talk about a little bit about IG. What is IG? Where do they start? Just a little bit of background information about IG. IG is probably one of the oldest spread betting, CFD trading, and stock trading platforms out there, especially in the UK. It was founded in 1974, and thousands of traders seized the opportunity using spread betting and CFD. This is just their tagline. But yeah, it was founded in 1974, and ever since then they've grown and expanded. Now, one of the things you can see straight away here is that it's available in over 17,000 markets. Now, this number's gone up since the last time I made the review. I believe it was 14,000 markets. So that means they've added an extra 3,000 markets that you can trade in. What does that mean? That means that IG, you can access over 70,000 different stocks, forex, currencies, bonds, crypto. Well, no longer crypto because I think they banned crypto now from spread betting on IG, and in the UK anyway. And indices. I don't think I've missed anything out. All the different financial assets that you believe you can trade and invest through IG, and there's 17,000. So that means that they've got a large portfolio of financial instruments to trade with and invest. So now let's move on to one of the most important things you look for when picking a trading platform: regulation. So this section talks about what IG do with the retail investors' money. IG is regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority, which is a good thing. This means that the money of people that use their trading platform, retail investors, is protected. And as you can see here, it says money is held in a separate client bank, independent trust account at a regulated bank. Your assets are held by a custodian, segregated nominee client asset account. So basically what they're saying is that when you put your money into an IG account, they won't keep the money with their own funds. They will keep it in a separate account to the company's money, so that if anything happens, if the company goes bust or they liquidate, then your capital is protected because it's kept in a separate account to the company's funds. So in this section, they just go into a little bit more depth as to how you would get your money back if anything was to happen. So IG is covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme, which means that if anything was to happen to the company, so if they went bankrupt, liquidate, whatever, you're protected up to £85,000. And on this page, it just shows you all the different regulatory bodies in which IG is covered by, based on what country you're in. So obviously in the UK is the FCA, in Australia is ASIC. I don't know what all these acronyms stand for, but they're just the regulatory bodies based on the country you're in. So if you want to know whether your country is covered by the regulatory body for IG, just check it here. But here's the different countries in which IG is regulated and which regulatory bodies they're covered by. So if you don't know already, IG's customer support is top notch, probably one of the best I've experienced out of all the trading platforms I've used. You can contact them via Twitter. They've got a support Twitter, which is IG Client Help, where they respond pretty quickly. You can also contact them via phone. They've got 24/6 support. I say 24/6. So that you can contact them 24 hours a day, Saturday through till Friday, which is pretty good. You also got the phone number. Obviously, that number will differ depending on what region you're in, and but it's 24/6 as well. And you also got email address, so this is for news, but you got others, you got all the support email addresses that you can contact them as well. And if you can't get the answers you need from the support team, you can also use IG Community Hub, which is really useful. I've used it a couple of times to ask some questions and got really good answers, because there's a very active community of posters and people that are really engaged and know what they're talking about. So you can ask a question on there, and just like any other forum, people respond and you can see some of the answers. It's a great forum that I've seen some interesting conversations sparked, and there's quite a few people here that engage there's always a small minority of people that really engage a lot and they know what they're talking about. So I think it's a good way to interact with other traders as well. They got the forum, they got the blog, they got IGTV, but I'm going to go through some of the newer content a little bit later in this video. And last but definitely not least, IG's trading platform. Now they've got access, you can have access to several different trading platforms. You can use Pro Realtime, which is what I use. You can use MT4, which is MetaTrader 4, which a lot of people use. Actually, I don't like it personally, but if you're a coder, there's a lot of ways you can use it to trade Forex or even other indices, and there's a lot of plugins you can use with MetaTrader 4. It's one of the oldest trading platforms for trading, which is why a lot of people like to use it. And there's also L2 trading, level 2 trading. I don't really use that either, so I don't really know too much about it, but maybe I can make a video on it once I get more information on how to use it. As you can see here, it just shows you the differences between the different trading platforms. Pro Realtime is available for free as long as you can trade 4 times a month, which isn't too much of an issue for most people. If you're a trader, you're going to be trading frequently, but if not, it's £30 a month. I'm going to go through a demo of some of these trading platforms in a second. You also have 3 different ways you can access your IG trading account. So this is for the IG trading platform. I'm not talking about Pro Realtime or MT4. If you've got IG trading platform, which is their proprietary trading platform as opposed to the other two, then you can use desktop, which is what I'm using now, a tablet or mobile, or progressive web app to access these different trading platforms. But before I go into the trading platform review, I want to talk to you about some of the new features that IG have. I've spoken about all the stuff you probably guys know already, FCA regulated, the market availability, all that stuff. But what's new? What's changed with IG over the last couple of years? Well, one of the most obvious things is the rebranding. As you can see, they changed their color scheme, they changed their font a little bit. Now you must be asking me, why does that matter to me? Well, it should matter, because sometimes if you're a marketer, then you know that a rebrand is a byproduct of them shifting their position in the market. And this is just my own theory, but I think that IG rebranded, so that's made their color scheme a little bit lighter, their font a little bit more rounder, whatever, because they're trying to align more with some of the other trading platforms out there that are more retail focused, as opposed to IG, which has been, even though it's a retail brand, they've been a bit more on the professional end. So with that in mind, they've rebranded. They've even put ads out more around. I was in the train station a while back, well, before lockdown, and I actually saw that they had this new ad campaigns called I See It, IG It, or something like that. And it just shows that they're in a rebranding, repositioning phase of their marketing, where they're trying to push themselves out towards more retail focused traders, mainly because that market has expanded so much. You've seen places like Trading 212 and even some of the other trading platforms really get a surge in user adoption, because they were already positioned for novice retail traders to jump on those platforms. So I think IG want to grab a little bit of that market share, and they're doing that with the rebrand. So I just thought I'd mention that as part of the video as well. With IG's proprietary trading platform, not much has changed since the last time I made this video, but just for a little bit of recap, I'm going to go through some of the features of this trading platform. But if you want to see a little bit more, I've made the actual video just about how to trade with IG. Check that, it's going to be in the top right hand corner as well. But I'm just going to go through some of the stuff that you can do with IG's proprietary trading platform. So obviously you can add your funds here. You got the option here of making a one click, so that if you decided you want to scout, for example, you can trade without having to confirm it. You put your position size here, your stop loss here, and your limit here. Buy and sell is here, and over here is the spread, so it tells you the spread here. Now you can place your orders here and your alerts here. Now on the left hand side, you've got all the different instruments that you can trade. So you've got segmented by asset class, so you've got indices, Forex, cryptocurrency, which is no longer going to be available to retail traders by the time this video is out, probably. You got your shares here, and the good thing about it is you can filter the shares now by which stock market they're in and which country they're in, which is cool. You got your commodities, also segmented by where class, so energies, precious metals, base metals, soft commodities, etc. You've got your bonds, and you got your exchange traded funds, ETFs. You also have options trading. I'm making a video all about options trading with IG. With option trading, you can only options trade indices and a select number of indices and forex pairs, but you can options trade daily, weekly, or monthly. However, they've also started slowly introducing options trading for stocks. Well, right now they've only got one stock, and that is Tesla. So you can options trade stocks, well, Tesla, on a weekly time frame. But I believe they're going to expand this out more over the next year, and I think they're starting with the all session stocks, so all the stocks that they allow you to trade 24/7. I also made a video explaining what all session stocks are, but if you want to know, they're stocks that you can trade round the clock, and there's a select number of stocks that you can trade all session with. You got your news and analysis here in the bottom left, so that just gives you information on all the different news going on in the markets. You get news from third-party sources, as well as the IG's own news that they provide from their own feed. For example, there's Reuters information here, and you just get blogs from IG as well. They've really amped up on the original content. So that's one of the great things that IG's done. They've really taken a step forward with creating great original content for people to leverage. You just have signals here. I don't use this. I don't really know much about this, but they offer signals. I personally wouldn't take signals from IG, but if you can look into them and see if they're beneficial and they actually work, then let me know in the chat section below. And then you also get the economic calendar. So I'm making this video on a weekend, so there's nothing going on right now, but it'll give you an economic calendar telling you about any updates that are coming up in the next week or so, week, month, day, and you can segment them by country and by impact level. So obviously there's no events today because it's a Saturday, but on a Monday there might be stuff like the CPI report, inflation reports, FOMC, whatever. They'll let you know what's going on, and you can filter those out, so you can look at them and set alerts on your chart, so that you're alerted as to when these events are happening, so you can trade accordingly. Now when it comes to Pro Real Time, a lot has changed. Now as you can see, the platform looks a little bit different than it normally does. This is because now Pro Real Time is version 11. What you've been seeing me use over the last couple of years has been version 10.3, and version 11 has actually been out for quite some time, but IG never had actually updated to this new version for whatever reason. I've been harassing them for time to update, but they finally have. So apart from just the aesthetics of it, there's quite a lot of things different with Pro Real Time version 11, and it's just a lot of great stuff, to be honest. There's so much changes that it needs its own video, to be honest. So I'm not going to go through everything in this video, but I'll make another video just going through all the new features and benefits of IG, of Pro Real Time version 11. But just as a small example of things that have changed, you can now add notes, and the notes will be, you can timestamp your notes. So it'll let you know what day and time that note was made, and you can make another note after that, which is good, because then you can type notes, leave them, and enter a new note, and then it can tell you when and where, when that note was set, so that you can have some context to what the note meant, because there's no point putting a note and then it was from 2 months ago and it doesn't mean anything now. So that's just one of the many great features of Pro Real Time version 11. What I love about Pro Real Time is just really customizable, intuitive. You can change it as you see fit. As you know, I like the aesthetics a certain way, but you can also just add any tools you want. There's so many more features. You got ruler tools, you got comment tools, etc. There's so much you could do with Pro Real Time. Really, it's just a really extensive, robust trading tool to use for your trading needs, to be honest. I could go into real depth about all of these new features on Pro Real Time, but once again, as I said, it'll probably take another video, so I'm not going to go through them all now. But check out Pro Real Time version 11 on IG if you do use IG, and I'll make a new video explaining how to set up your dashboard like mine. But if you see the video I've made before, it's pretty much the same thing. There's nothing's really changed as to how to set up the dashboard for version 11. So on the left side here, you've got all your all of the indices and the different stock shares, forex pairs, whatever, all the different instruments that you want to trade on your list, and you can switch over to different lists. If you have different trading lists, you can create your own list and just move along different lists and bookmark them. I color coded them based off of different things that I'm looking for, and then you've got your just different indicators here, and your indicators on the lines as well, on the graphs as well. And last but not least, I really want to go into depth about a lot of the great new resources that IG has really invested in. Now, I've noticed over the last year or so, IG has really made a conscious effort to bolster up the content that they're creating and the different forms of content they're creating, and it's been really useful. I've looked into some of them and I really like what I'm seeing. Like, if you look at this analysis and learn here, they've got abundance of different things that from content around managing your risk, with ebooks provided on how to manage your risk. And IG is really, what I've seen is that they've aligned themselves with a company called Daily FX, and they've created a lot of different content. I don't know whether they've outsourced it or they've worked collaboratively, but they've created a lot of different content around key staking points within the trading community. So right, for example, here there's a downloadable ebook on mistakes that traders make. You've also got content around maximizing trading success. They've also really amped up the amount of seminars that they provide to entry-level traders. They've got for example, they've got a list of different FX seminars. These have already gone, but seminars for the IG Academy and on a host of different things. Strategy for major event risks, trade sentiment, London FX and CFD trading. So they always have consistent stream of different seminars for varying levels of traders. You can also sign up to a subscription service and downloadables. So they have morning calls where they give different ideas straight into your inbox of different trades of the week and the week ahead. So they got all these different subscription services that give you direct access to insight into what some of these traders from IG are thinking is going to happen for the week ahead. You can also download this report. Once again, they got this report on every other page. I'm going to download it and read it, and then maybe make a video about that as well. IG's also got the IG Trade in the Markets podcast, another podcast. I've listened to some of the episodes. Some of them are pretty good. They're quite short, but really useful. And so I'd say check out this podcast. And they interview quite a lot of heavy hitters within the trading and investment community. So this is another podcast to listen to. It's on all the different podcasting DSPs. And you can list it directly here, and they've got lots of great different series. Got a series on psychology, a series of cannabis, a series on just trading books. So yeah, just abundance of content, really useful content for you to consume as a trader. They've also got a special reports page, and this gives you a list of different resources, and they've segmented them based off of psychology, indices, technology, etc. And it just goes through some of the key things that we all look for when we're starting our trading journey, or even in our trading journey. Stuff about trading psychology, the future of trading, showing you backtesting a decade of trades, what would happen in certain situations. So I'd implore you look into some of these, the ones that are relevant to you. Women at the top. There's a lot of interesting content within these reports and infographics and ebooks. So I'd just say check this out, read some of them, let me know what you think, and just really take advantage of all the resources that they're providing you, because this is one of the key differences I've seen over the last couple of years. The amount of resources IG have really committed to producing for their audience. And guys, last but not least, I want to talk to you about IG client sentiment. If you check out this website, which is dailyfx.com/sentiment, what you can do is that you can look at the sentiment of the market. What they do is that they bring together data on all of the retail traders within IG, and then they'll give you like a sentiment indicator of how many longs and how many shorts are in a specific instrument. So for example, USD JPY is bullish based on the fact that more of the retail traders are bullish than bearish. So it can tell you what most of their retail traders, what direction in which they're trading. Now this is a really good indicator because it can let you know the sentiment of the retail market. And as we know, apparently 75% or 99%, depends on what trading platform you speak to, the retail traders are losing money. So if you know the sentiment of the market, a lot of times you can use that as an inverted indicator. So you can say, okay, if the market is bullish, maybe I'm bearish. But obviously you can't use this as a sole indicator alone. You want to do your own analysis, but this can give you a little bit of idea as to where retail traders are trading, and maybe you can trade the opposite way, because 9 times out of 10 they're losing money. So this is a good way, just a good thing to gauge on the market. Obviously these bars will be blue and red, but because I'm making this video on the weekend, there's nothing there, but there's still some data on stuff like Bitcoin, mainly because it's it trades on the weekend. So yeah, guys, this is my IG review video for 2021. Hope you found it useful. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and it's Any, aka The Nock Trader, signing out.